I would have died. He said only 6 more hours and you wouldn't have made it.
Well, Team 10 is connecting the dots for dozens of people across the country, including some here in San Diego, who say they were seriously injured by the same weight loss doctor in Mexico, and they want him stopped.
Team 10 troubleshooter Kristen Severance has been investigating this surgeon for weeks. And Kristen, all of these people thought they had actually done their research on this doctor.
Yeah, I talked to people all across the country. None of the patients knew each other, but they all said such similar things. They all knew someone who went to Mexico for weight loss surgery. And they all went online to do their own research and clicked on this company, Weight Loss Agents. Now, that company is based here in the United States, and they actually booked the surgeries for Dr. Mario Almanza for all of those patients, the man that those patients say could have killed them. Manu Kelsall wanted a gastric sleeve operation for one reason.
For a fresh start, for a fresh, healthy start.
She booked her trip to Tijuana and her surgery with Dr. Mario Almanza.
The first time was so great. I didn't have, a second thought in my mind that who else would it be?
Manu went to him 5 years ago for a tummy tuck. She booked him again for a sleeve last year. It's an operation where surgery makes your stomach smaller so you can lose weight. This time, she said her incision never healed.
There was still that hole that the port was literally hanging out. And I'd have to push it back in.
She contacted Weight Loss Agents, a group based in Florida that books the surgeries for Almanza in Tijuana.
Dr. Almanza's team, they just checked it off as, well, he'll remove it for just $6,000 or so.
She went to another facility in Tijuana for the repair. Doctors there told Team 10 they found a hole in Manu's stomach.
Who knows how much longer I would have lasted? Who knows?
Rush booked a gastric sleeve with Dr. Mario Almanza through Weight Loss Agents. His red flag went up when he touched down in San Diego.
There's 10 people there waiting for people to pick them up from the same surgeon, this Almanza guy.
Rush said he felt sick moments after surgery. He was in and out of consciousness.
They load me up in this old beat-up Suburban. I wake up in a hospital in San Diego. We got a call from the Border Patrol. Somebody dropped you off at the border, and you were so out of it and incoherent that they called an ambulance. They got a hold of my mom and dad, and they said, you need to get your whole family here now. We don't know if he's going to make it. He is in bad shape. He's got an infection. It is in his bloodstream.
Rush said it took a month of rehabilitation to walk again.
What kind of doctor's office would friggin' drop you off at the border not knowing if someone's even going to find you?
This woman in Northern California is so upset with herself.
So I feel like, of course, the whole thing's my fault.
She would only talk to us if we hit her face. Dr. Almanza did her surgery in Tijuana.
It hadn't been done correctly, and it had been infected from day one.
She said the infection was pushing up under her lung. She couldn't breathe. She went to the hospital at home in the U.S.
They leaned me over a bed and took it looked like a metal straw to me. I didn't know what they were doing, and they stabbed it through my back and drained the infection. He showed me a Ziploc bag, and it was a quart size, and it looked like gravy.
She tears up when she talks about what she almost lost.
They told me I would have died. He said only 6 more hours, and you wouldn't have made it.
And Francinette Littleton flew to San Diego from Dallas. She had 2 surgeries at the same time when she arrived in Mexico. A weight loss surgery by Almanza that left a hole in her stomach.
I look Frankenstein in my stomach. I have too many scars.
Littleton was on life support and in intensive care for a month in Dallas. All of these patients were asked by their doctors and their family, why Mexico? The patient in Northern California said simply, they're desperate.
But he said, why would you do that? And I said, a stupid thing. I'm fat.
Medical tourism group Patients Beyond Borders says weight loss surgery is 40 to 60% cheaper in Mexico than the U.S. And as many as 1.1 million Americans travel to Mexico every year for medical care. All of the Almanza patients knew someone who had a successful weight loss surgery in Mexico. They found Almanza online and flew to San Diego, where they were picked up by the hospital and taken to Tijuana.
She just was kind of on this health kick.
Team 10 connected with all of them after our first story on this woman, Angie Stidham. Like the others, Angie went to Tijuana for a weight loss surgery. but Angie didn't wake up.
Next thing I know, I hear Angie was in a coma.
Her family gave Team 10 this note of transfer, the only document the family has from Green and Health Hospital in Tijuana. It says she had an allergic reaction to an antibiotic and stopped breathing.
I can't get any information about that hospital from Mexico.
Dr. Almanza is listed as a surgeon at Green and Health. His administrator said he did not do Angie's surgery. Team 10 wanted to get answers for Angie's family and help the people who all say they were seriously hurt by Almanza.
Call this number.
I called Green and Health Hospital with 10 News Azteca anchor Claudia Yasos to help with the language barrier.
Y su nombre es Angie Statham.
We were hung up on by the hospital, transferred and disconnected by government agencies in Mexico.
It's transferred and the voicemail's full.
We didn't get far with weight loss agents,
Calling weight loss agents.
the company that books all of Almanza's surgeries.
Everybody hanging up on me today.
Weight loss agents is the common thread through all the Almanza patients. The patients said their online research of weight loss surgeries in Mexico led them to weight loss agents. The agency booked their surgeries, answered all of their questions, and took their complaints. They did tell us in part by email. In the rare cases of complication, often it was identified that the patient didn't follow post-op guidelines. Then I brought these complaints to the Mexican consulate in San Diego. She said the government is paying attention.
How does it concern you that U.S. citizens are going to Mexico and coming back with these serious complications?
No, we are concerned whether they are American citizens or Mexican nationals or other citizens, because we want the medical services that are provided in Mexico territory are the best quality.
Almanza's patients say they want him stopped.
And I know he's not in the States, but that's where he's getting his money.
I do everything that I could to make sure that he can't do these to other people anymore.
Now, weight loss agents, that U.S.-based agency, did not book Angie's surgery. They don't work with Green and Health Hospital, but they did book all of the other patients. I asked them about allegations that they scheduled too many surgeries to be done safely. They denied that, saying patient safety is number one, and 27% of doctors in the U.S. see 21 to 30 patients a day. They didn't specify the study they were talking about or if they were referring to weight loss surgeries. And during my research, I've been working on this for weeks. I talked to numerous experts and doctors in Tijuana. They said there are good surgeons in Mexico and ways to truly vet these people. I put all those links on 10news.com.
So this doctor said he didn't do Angie's surgery. What about all the other patients that he injured?
I've been talking to his administrator almost daily now for about a week. The administrator said complications are mostly due to patients not following the doctor's orders. And I've been in touch with government agencies. There's going to be more to come on this one.
Incredible.
Bunch to learn. All right. Thank you, Kristen.
You bet.
Team 10 is always working to get results. If you have a story you'd like us to check out, just email us at team10@10news.com.